Coming up right now, a major foul called on a high school coach. We're going to tell you why he was so upset with his star player.
Also coming up, this is truly a head scratcher. An attorney in California has proposed a law glorifying a suspect in a brutal slaying.
All right, a little bit later on. Why you really shouldn't believe everything that you see. It's the real story behind a very famous Steph Curry shot. We'll give you the breakdown.
All right, Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Well, hey, everybody.
Hey, Jackson.
I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English. Kids, we are Daily Flash, and we're here for you. We did it, y'all. We did it. We got Sweet Baby working the floor. What are we doing on social media there, Jamie?
Right now, I am getting some live behind-the-scenes stuff. So when you go to our page, you're going to see all the craziness that happens when
you'll be able to check
the cameras
this out.
are off.
Do you edit some of that?
Please.
No, it's got to be live.
Because something happened. Was it yesterday? Something happened.
Yeah, something
I didn't
happened.
know he was taping, and I said something. He goes, "I can't edit. This is live."
Mitch, I have a question for you.
Sir, yes, sir.
Now, you can see all of our great stuff at dailyflashshow.com. You can send us your comments, emails, all that fun stuff, flash@dailyflashshow.com. Mitch, how long have you and Andrea worked together?
25, almost 25 years.
Yeah,
25
almost
years.
And you forgot her name?
Oh!
No, I didn't forget her name.
No. He had a misfire.
I missed, but no, you're right on that.
Everybody always thought you guys used to be married, but you weren't.
Okay, I just say, and now on this show we have a kid named Willem. I don't know if you guys want to know. So if you hear us saying about that, but we were joking about that, about how I would joke like, Andrea and I used to be married, we got divorced, but we were good work. People believe that for years to this day, right?
Messages. Are you still married?
You guys
What
used to be
happened to
married.
that?
It's fun.
Yeah.
We basically are after 25 years on television. I think
Sure.
by law it's
TV
we're
husband
married.
and
Yes,
wife.
exactly.
I must say I probably have been in a longer relationship with you than anyone else in my life. When I think about it.
There are days where I see you more than my other son.
Likewise,
And there's only one thing missing.
The bunny rabbit.
Actually, no. I was married for 25 years in real life. Actually,
You still didn't see
the
it.
bunny rabbit never makes an appearance. You're right. And if you don't know what we're talking about, go online, right?
Yes.
Okay. What do we got going on?
Okay, a
Get
mom
us up.
is stirring the pot on Reddit.
I'm
We
destroying
just
this.
lost our props
Okay.
down below.
Well,
We'll get to those in a second. Yeah,
It's actually our marriage license.
it's okay.
All right, I'll be quiet.
I like that it's on a dry erase board.
We got change stuff all the time.
Change the date.
Let's just update that.
That's
shall
actually
we?
a good idea,
It
right?
is a good idea.
Your wedding vows on a grease board.
Dry
Okay,
erase
all right.
board.
Calm it down.
A woman on Reddit stirring the pot. She's got a lot of people angry at her because she said she's got 4 kids, ages 7 to 17. 2 of them are obese, and 2 of them are healthy, fine, in perfect shape.
okay.
So she has decided to remove all junk food from the house.
Good.
However, she's getting blowback from a lot of people who are saying you're punishing the kids that are healthy and you're making an example out of the kids who are fat. So you are a bad parent for taking all the junk food out of the house.
Shame. First off, every family dynamic is different by all means. I commend her. Number one, she's saying, no, the family is getting healthy.
Yeah.
Okay. You're taking it as, you're singling out those kids. And this is really something that more families should do, is like if you grow up eating healthy, those things, I can tell you a difference. How I know this is my kids and my bonus son that I have. Bonus son was raised by a doctor of nutrition. The kid drinks so much milk. I go and make all kinds of cakes and stuff. The kid does not eat them, and they're good. Okay,
Yeah, I
all
know
right.
they
I
are,
love to cook.
yes.
And he's like, I just don't like it. And he'll eat like an apple and stuff like that. So I honestly, and he's used to that. And I think at that developmental age, early on. So shame on those people for even saying that she's doing something bad.
Well, they're saying that she's teaching her kids that junk food is a reward for being slim and healthy. And she thinks that if you are using that
weird.
as a reward, that's an issue. And also that restrictions can have an adverse effect. If you're saying you
Agree with
can't have it, does that make them want it even more?
It goes back to marriage.
Yes.
No, you're 100% right on that, but everything, and I'm sure you will agree, everything in moderation, first off.
yes.
And I'm certain that there are going to be times where there's treats in this. I don't know what the family is, but I'm sure a mom would not cut it out altogether.
So here's what I don't understand.
Yes.
First of all, I would tell a lady, mind your business.
Mind your-
Second of all,
Good
second of all, be mad at me because I want my family to be healthy and not put a whole bunch of chemicals that are in junk food into their bodies. Woe is me. No, come on, lady. Get a life. Go somewhere. Nobody's being harmed. The family's getting healthy.
Family's getting healthy is
Yes.
what it comes down to. Good job.
And I think you got to have boundaries. If you've got a couple kids or you've got a family member who's overweight, it's a team effort. Sometimes
They can help each other.
They can help each other.
Yeah, it's interesting. Every family is different by all means.
Yeah.
Just stay out. Look, and what stinks is that she was like, "Look, I'm trying to do something positive,"
Yeah.
and then she gets blowback from it. I hate hearing that. Well, talk about blowback for sure. A high school basketball coach in New York fired recently after a hair-raising encounter. I want you to stop and look at your monitor here. 81-year-old coach Jim Zollo seen on video yanking a player's ponytail before yelling at her. Now, the player then appears to try to move away from that coach while the other teammates step in to help. School district announced that they've decided to, we're going to part ways with Zullo. The student says the coach was telling her to show good sportsmanship after a loss. And he was wanting her to go shake hands with the opposing team instead of crying on the sidelines. I'm sure there's a generational thing that has something to do with that, number one. Also, two, there's, I'm sure, somewhat of a bond. You think that you're as close as you are to the kids on your team, but you're not. You can't do that. You can't do that at all, unfortunately. And now he lost his job.
Yeah, not in this day and age. And he comes from, I'm sure, a different school of thought. And I think a lot of people struggle with either teaching or coaching sports in this particular day and age because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you coach them too hard, then you're a bully. If you don't coach them enough, you're a loser. I mean, there's so many dynamics that are at play here. So I think a lot of coaches are frustrated with their limitations. Obviously, this guy took it a little bit too far. They were crying on the sidelines. He thought they were being unsportsmanlike. But the fact that he pulled her ponytail to try and to get her to be more sportsmanlike is sort of like, well, what is the message you're sending?
You kind of wonder,
yeah.
And there's a lot of emotion in sports by all means, so that's involved in that as well. And the rule is still there's no crying in baseball.
No crying
but
in
basketball's
baseball.
fine.
Basketball's okay.
I just remember Tom Hanks saying
These
something
days,
like
basketball, you can cry all day.
You can cry
Yes,
all
you
day.
can.
About your kid not getting enough time to play.
There's that too, and the parental element to
LA
it.
Lakers.
All the money you spend on those
Yeah.
sports,
Yeah.
you better hit the court at least 2 minutes.
At least.
Shoes ain't cheap.
Just when you thought California couldn't make another bizarre decision, well, this one is truly a head scratcher. A retired LA attorney and activist has pitched the Luigi Mangione Healthcare Act.
Okay.
Yes, that Luigi Mangione, who's been charged with murdering a United Healthcare CEO in Midtown Manhattan late last year. Critics say this is a sick stunt, all for the sake of publicity. The proposed ballot measure would make it illegal for any insurance company to delay, deny, or modify any medical procedure or medications. The terms delay and deny were scribbled on bullet casings found at the crime scene of murdered CEO Brian Thompson. The husband and father of two was in New York for a meeting on behalf of his employer, United Healthcare, when he was gunned down on the sidewalk.
It's sad, it's sick. It could be he knows how you can get more publicity to it, because obviously it does sound like things need to change, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, if it got to this point, and I think everybody with insurance comes along would say that there needs to be some kind of change. It's a big issue, even going to universal health care, if you remember that debacle,
Yeah.
and where we were with that. I think it's sick. I think it's, the person that proposed this LA attorney probably has not ever had to deal with somebody in their family getting murdered, and then let's give them that. I mean, I think of the Brady bill, which is named after Jim Brady, who jumped in front of President Reagan.
Yeah.
And all right, that's the names that you give, acts
Yes.
of valor and that sort of thing, Amber Alert, that sort of
Yeah.
thing. To give it to the person that actually caused the problem,
Yeah.
if you and even if it brought it to light is one thing, but to give him that and to give him that knowledge and notoriety is sick.
Yeah.
100%.
Maybe call it the Brian Thompson bill.
Could do that.
Why couldn't you do it that way? Because in effect, you're saying you condone what this guy did, almost in essence. You're saying that, like, it's okay, and let's glorify it, and let's put his name and face to it. I just don't understand. And then also, you mentioned it, like, that man had a wife,
Had
and
wife
two
and family,
sons.
yeah.
Like, how do they feel with the fact that you're pitching a proposed law named after your father's alleged murderer? I mean, that's insane.
And to go back on, if we just keep, why do we have to give it a name in the first place? Just call it, let's say, insurance for all or whatever, that sort of thing. But there will be some, I have to say, that will argue that let's not name it after the Brian because he's the one that denied all these claims and that sort of thing. And you're making the insurance company the hero out of all this. Just take it out altogether.
Yes.
I'm hoping that they only did this for publicity. It's a sick thing to do for publicity, but I'm afraid that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
It is California as well.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about midlife dating, giving you some great advice from an attorney, and we're going to have some fun. If you go anywhere, you miss out on it. Right here, today's Trends, Smarts Talk.
Right here, Daily Flash.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. All right, dating at different stages of your life is kind of like playing the same game, but there's new set of rules every time. So joining us now is Andrea McGinty. She's founder of the dating service It's Just Lunch. Yeah, you've heard of that. Also the author of new books that is out. It's titled Second Acts, Winning Strategies for Dating Over 50. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Andrea, welcome to Daily Flash.
Hi, good morning. It's nice to be here. Yeah, people are dating from their 20s to their 80s now.
And it's interesting because it's true, things are different. Now we have to deal with social media. We're talking mainly to those that are maybe probably like probably around my age, but also maybe on their second marriage, or maybe they are dating for the first time that they haven't in a long time. But you've given out, obviously you're an expert with Let's Do Lunch, which I think is a great idea, first off, because that's a great way to get to know somebody, but professionals as well. But you have 5 midlife dating tips for us that's going to help us out if maybe somebody's going through this. But I would imagine any generation can actually really learn about that, right?
Right. Oh, absolutely. You know, my new book came out, and as you mentioned, it's for over 50, but I've got like 30-year-olds buying it because it's, it's strategies for dating online. And, we're lucky. We're in this generation where we have the biggest pool of people that we've ever had, more than college, more than grad school, more than the workplace. I mean, it's fantastic. And if you're on your second act, whoever, walked up the aisle, when they were 25 and thought, gee, I can't wait to do this again when I'm 55, right?
Right.
Like nobody said that.
You're 100% right, indeed. So those tips that you have for everybody will work for everybody. Let's go with the first one. First one is you say, hey, it's okay to be nervous. Let's talk about that. Why is it okay? Is it because you're on your best behavior? Why do you say that?
I say it's okay to be nervous because you are going to be nervous. If this is your second act and this is your first time doing this, there's going to be apprehension. There's going to be nerves. Can I do this again? I haven't done this in so long. But you also have to have that little dose of excitement too.
Okay.
So if you're nervous, it shows you care. So being nervous is good. But what you've got to do is get out there on some practice dates, and that nervousness will go away so fast.
Yeah, because I would imagine if you concentrate too much on quality at the beginning and maybe not quantity, because quantity is going to teach you how you're supposed to act and that sort of thing. Is that what you're kind of getting at? Is just go ahead and just do it just for the sake of doing it so that you can get better at doing it?
Yes, you know what? Absolutely. I tell my clients, and I've since sold It's Just Lunch, and I do 33,000 dates now, which is just me consulting
That's
with people on how to get the best out of online dating and how to meet people online dating, for their second act. But yes, you're absolutely right. Okay. Your first couple of days, it's probably not going to be her or him. But what it's going to do, it's going to give you a lot of self-confidence that, wow, I've still got it. I can still talk. People are still interested in me.
Yeah, and I love, for you to be able to get that self-confidence does so much more in other aspects of your life. So I can totally appreciate that. Your next tip is go shopping. Explain.
Oh, there's nothing better than retail therapy. And I'll spell this out for men first.
Okay.
You can't be 50 or 60 and going out on a date and looking like your grandpa.
Okay.
You need to go shopping, update that wardrobe. I don't mean, spend the bank,
right,
but a couple of new shirts, a pair of cool shoes, a couple pairs of pants, just get a new look. women, I say, hit that cosmetic counter, do a makeover, go to your hair person and, get a whole new look, because it's going to make you feel so good about yourself. And you know what? It's probably going to make you look younger too. I mean, that's not our goal to look younger, but we want to look good, right?
Well, yes, 100%, because men are very visual, and obviously you could say it. You can talk to the most honest guy in the world, and he'll still say, "Oh, I didn't marry her because of her looks." But it does involve there's some parts in that. Let's not lie or fool ourselves. Your next tip is to go on practice dates with like your cousin or who? Who are you supposed to go on practice dates with?
No, you've got to go on real first dates with strangers. Yes, strangers, people you don't know. So, I want you to get online. I want you to go through 33,000 dates, and I want you to get online and pick a couple of people and meet them for coffee, meet them for lunch, meet them on a, Saturday afternoon at 4 for, a glass of wine and an appetizer.
Okay.
An hour. That's all it's going to take you. And, you're going to start to get the feel. Plus, it's going to give you a lot of comfort that a whole stigma from 2000 where, oh gosh, everyone on, online dating is a loser. You'll suddenly realize, oh wow, these people are pretty normal like me. So again, self-confidence, and that's the way you're going to get it. Practice dating.
All right.
With strangers.
All right. And when you're practice dating, you say be honest but discreet, and then you say attitude is everything. So tell us more about those two tips.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what? We all have life experience, right? So we might be, 55 and we've got a couple of kids. It's not like when we were in our 20s. And I don't like when people call it baggage. Let's reframe it and call it life experience, because now we're smarter, we're wiser. We can see red flags a lot faster than, those hormones were going when we were 20 and we're just like, oh, he's hot or she's hot. We can see, more clearly. And then the last thing is you've got to be positive about this process. And that means don't talk to your married friends. Don't talk to your negative girlfriends or guy friends that are like, ugh, it's horrible out there.
Yeah.
Because they're going to drag you down.
Indeed,
so
they will.
You want to be with positive people. You want to have a positive mindset.
Andrea, thank you so much. For more information, just visit 33,000dates.com. There you can also check out Andrea's book, Second Act. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's Thursday. That means it's time to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony!
Thanks, Mitch. Entering its third season on Prime is the sword and sorcery series, The Wheel of Time.
What did you see in the rings?
In every future where I lived, Rand dies. And the only way he lives is if I don't.
We don't win battles with politics and prophecies. We win with armies.
Get ready!
A mysterious sorceress, along with her loyal bodyguard, takes 5 young people on a dangerous and world-spanning journey, believing that one of them might be the reincarnation of an ancient and extremely powerful figure prophesied to either save the world or destroy it.
And it's fun. And, we start our season with a kind of sequence that knocks you sideways. That you would imagine was going to be the season finale. So you think, my God, if this is what's happening in the first 10 minutes, where on earth are we going here?
Based on the series of books, The Wheel of Time in Season 1 was off to a very slow start. However, as Season 3 begins, the series has picked up and offers more action and better storytelling. Again, Season 3 of The Wheel of Time is streaming on Prime and gets a B. It's rated TV-14. Streaming on Apple TV Plus is the crime drama series Dope Thief.
We're posing as feds. We were ripping off drug dealers.
You good? They don't remember your face.
Just a badge.
here, either 215, you're gonna get your head shot off.
The series follows two longtime friends and delinquents who pose as DEA agents to rob a house in the countryside, but end up unintentionally revealing and unraveling the biggest hidden narcotics corridor on the eastern seaboard.
She's a very strong, intelligent woman and an excellent lawyer. And I have played a lot of, like you were saying, Kate, like I've played a lot of strong characters before. But what I loved about the way that she was written is that she has this quirkiness and levity to her that I just think is such a beautiful quality and was a great addition to the rest of the characters in the show.
I found it deeply satisfying to uncover this creature, this woman, who is so many things at once, but foremost among them, her capacity for love and fealty to Raymond is pretty infinite, and it's tested again and again. And we see that what she is capable of is an extraordinary mettle, and I loved that against her sort of darkness or her whimsy or her silliness.
Although Dope Thief is a high-action series, it needs a little time to find its legs. The acting is solid and the direction is good, but the series pacing is uneven. Again, it's streaming on Apple TV Plus and gets a B. It's not rated. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Hey now, welcome to your Daily Digits for this week. And the first one is going to be 1,000, and this one is quite a milestone. And this goes out to our friends at SeaWorld Orlando as they have rescued their 1,000th manatee. Big news out of SeaWorld Orlando. The park just hit a major milestone at 1,000 manatees rescued. The historic achievement shines a spotlight on SeaWorld's incredible work in marine conservation, from rescue to rehabilitation and release. The team is leading the charge to rescue these gentle giants and ensure their survival for generations to come. It's a big win for wildlife and a reminder that the impact that SeaWorld has dedicated to saving our oceans. In other news, sea cows taste just like penguins.
No, that's not true.
No, they don't?
No, they don't.
No.
All right, well, your next number today is $6.1 billion. Andrea, you'll love this. The Boston Celtics were just recently sold for $6.1 billion, but it comes with some controversy. The Boston Celtics record-setting $6.1 billion sale to billionaire Bill Chisholm is facing serious scrutiny from the NBA, potentially putting the deal on ice. At issue is the league's 2021 rule prohibiting private equity firms like Sixth Street Partners, who heavily backed the deal, from being the largest shareholder in a franchise. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver confirmed the sale is under review, with Chisholm now facing two options: restructure the ownership to reduce Sixth Street's stake, or seek a rare waiver from the league. The outcome could only determine the fate of the Celtics ownership, but the future of sports equity all over. Now, the funny part is the Celtics will still lose to the Lakers at some point before the sale.
I think you're right.
But this is huge. I mean, these teams are out of control. Even Mark Cuban has said there's no way he could buy a team on his own anymore. It's rare that these sales go down.
And the payroll for the Celtics is one of the highest in the league.
It's insane. Yeah.
All right, we have got more of today's trends and tomorrow's talk. Thank you, Maddie. Stick around.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk.
We love having you here. We got James Alexander working social media, also Matt Doolittle as well. Let's tell you about what's going on out in Idaho, where apparently there are so many issues that they have to deal with this. And thank goodness, in Idaho, my own private Idaho. Apparently, if you ever, I think they're bigger in the South, I think. But when you're driving and you see these big old trucks and these ornaments hanging off the back of them. You guys know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Basically, they're called truck nuts. Is what they're called. That's the easiest way to say it. That's the name, and you go look for it. Well, Idaho says no more of these truck nuts. It's just a it's ruining our atmosphere here in Idaho with our potatoes. They've also have made a blanket statement. These are things that you cannot do in Idaho. First off, remember, guys could walk around topless all the time. Girls can't. Okay, we can understand that. However, it now criminalizes the public exposure of male breasts altered to look like female breasts. I don't know what that would alter be. Moobs, maybe putting makeup on it.
Sure.
Also, artificial breast, and as well as toys or products that resemble a certain anatomy part, which then would take in the
Are we
truck
talking about
nuts.
on the car or just
Anywhere in the
general?
public? You can't take them on the public, especially these hanging things on the back of the truck. I don't know. Why do you need them? Is it just, does it help you back a truck? What is it used for?
It gives my truck personality.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, man.
Bessie wants some.
Now, here's the thing, though. Usually when you get a car or a ship, you name it after a chick, right? Like, there's old Bessie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Bessie's got some truck nuts in the back.
Bessie's now Tom.
No one said anything about the mud flaps. No one cares about the mud flaps.
That is true. So think about that when you're driving through Idaho. You're going to be pulled over now, and it sounds like getting.
I mean, what else they got to do in Idaho, though?
I'll give you that.
I think when you pull into Idaho, they put them on your car.
You got to take them off now.
For the two people that might have those in the state of Idaho,
They
I'm
had
glad
to
they've
make sure.
spent time and thousands of dollars on legislature too.
All right, Golden State. This is interesting. Golden State star Steph Curry actually getting a foul for actually a recent beyond full court shot. Days after a video went viral for what appeared to look like a shot that came from inside a team tunnel, the tape kind of tells a little bit different story, all thanks to a different angle. New video shows that his ball connected with the net, but didn't actually drop in through the net, which I believe is, that's the way you would get the point. It has to go through the
Yes,
net.
it is correct.
A new side angle actually reveals a clear miss from the NBA superstar, proving that, not everybody's perfect, but it all goes to don't believe everything you see, and also there's different angles to everything.
Yeah.
I also say this on whenever you see somebody like a Karen, because Karen videos are around there, everybody knows what Karen videos are. But we never see right before it.
No,
never. We only see
What
that
made
one
her-
bad
what made him
part.
snap?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not justifying it, but this kind of shows you, it's all done with the angle and also with what's going on with the. It's a good shot, I'll give you that. Closer than I would have made.
Now it wouldn't have counted if it was actually in play because clearly he's out of bounds. However, he's known for making these incredible shots. He's a great player. There's no question about it. But you're right. I think oftentimes we just take things for face value, and we're in this instantaneous society where things are just sort of like, I saw it, I believe it, I'm moving on to the next thing, and it's ingrained in my mind that he made the shot. Okay.
And I'm glad you brought that up because AI has a big deal to do with this because of the fact of you see something, even though you see it, and let's say they even put AI generated, it does go something into your psyche of what's happening. All right, so there's that one. But also too, you can release a video. And I'm sure psychologists will tell you the first thing you see is what you believe until you find out otherwise. Exactly. And sometimes that might be too late.
Well, and then to convince your mind that what you saw was wrong, that you've believed in the first place, I would think would probably take 5 or 10 different efforts to make you change your thought process about that particular
You would need
image.
to know, okay, because you've registered as real. Now I need a list of things to tell me why it's not real, right? Hey, coming up here on Daily Flash, we have more of today's Trends, Tomorrow's Talker. We're going to be talking to the cast of The Chosen. So cool. And we'll tell you about that streaming service and how you can catch it on the big screen. Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. The streaming show, The Chosen, a hit. Now it's hitting the big screen. I sat down and chatted with a few of the show's disciples.
I'll come back to the house after dark. I just need a moment.
Do you relate to anybody else on the set or maybe out of the Bible that you go, I see more of myself that way?
I actually, if it's not a sellout to say that I see a lot of myself in John, and I think that's one of the strengths of the show is that all of us, I think Amanda and Dallas talk about this a lot during the casting process, they could feel vibes of each person and each of the disciples they depicted. And I think there's a bit of all of us, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I've heard it often from a lot of the characters and actors on the show that they kind of, vibe a lot with their character. Like, I definitely have this eager to please kind of nature that kind of John has. but at the same time, you kind of have to dial that up a little bit. So I do think that in any character that you play as an actor, you have to find bits of them that you can identify with, and then with the other ones, you probably have to explore those parts of you to get that truth.
Mary of Magdala, you are mine.
I am redeemed. I want to know, what do you think Mary Magdalene's role was in the Bible?
Yeah, the things that are written about her in the Gospels, they're short, but they're potent and very pivotal in Jesus' ministry. So we know that she was possessed by 7 demons and Jesus exorcised them from her, so he healed her. We know that she helped finance the ministry. We know that she was at the crucifixion. We know she was the first to see him resurrected and to tell the disciples about it. So these are pretty major parts of his story. Even though they're not super detailed in the Gospels, The Chosen gets to sort of flesh them out and showcase the moments before and after all of these events.
Matthew's on the spectrum, and I love that that's what we're finding out about all these characters, that they were normal people. Mm-hmm. What did you know about autism prior to this, taking the role?
Before auditioning for The Chosen, I also auditioned for another show that the main character was also neurodivergent on the spectrum. So I just remember really wanting to show a way, open up people's minds, or just kind of dig in deeper in how to communicate with someone that we might not know how to, or it might be different, or like just knowing how to kind of meet your neighbor and treating them with kindness and patience.
We have a celebration to prepare for. You will regret this, Matthew.
It sounds like you guys, and you're all smiling, you got to have fun. Dallas says you try to make it a light set and that sort of thing. How do you get, like, okay, this is a very, especially this season, this is a very solemn situation that we're in. Is there any kind of meditation or anything that you kind of go through to kind of get ready to feel like, hey, this is going to be a very serious scene, even like at the Last Supper?
I wish, not specifically with the Last Supper, but I wish there was a more professional way in which maybe we deal with some of our downtime than what it is. But we actually, in one instance where we found out that we were shot out of the scene within 2 seconds, and we're like, so how long is the scene? It's like 15 minutes. We're like, what do we do for 14 minutes and 50 seconds? We would play a tabletop card game.
We'd run to the synagogue green room, play our Star Wars game.
I was Boba Fett. He was Leia, Princess Leia. And
then we show up and we try to be as professional as possible right before action.
Like you said, that vibe of we are honestly like all mates.
I can feel it. I can feel it. Really, I understand. I can feel it. You guys, you're bros.
However, there is huge respect when the work is done. So when things are careful, everybody else wants the other to do so well that it's like cotton. Everybody's watching over each other.
What have you done?
Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
There you go. Parts 1 and 2 of The Chosen Last Supper in theaters now. Head to thechosen.tv to find out more about showtimes and where you can stream previous seasons. And tune in to Daily Flash tomorrow. We're not done with The Chosen. That's tomorrow on Daily Flash.
Well, The Bad Guys was such a huge success a few years ago, they decided to run it back, but this time for good reasons. I got to sit down and chat with some of the stars and the director of The Bad Guys 2. Check it out.
Things sure have changed. Not everyone believes it, but the bad guys went good.
If you could pick your own animal to portray yourself out there.
Ostrich with Hokas on running.
Ostrich?
Yeah, like a demented ostrich.
Ostrich. Yeah.
Because they got hair.
I'll be a lion.
Go for the lion?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay. Awesome. What about you?
I'll just be like a New York pigeon.
That's actually that's cute.
That's a good one. I mean, New York pigeons eat well. They look like they're not having any problems.
Whatever they want.
Yeah, they eat
nothing. Gangster. They'll fly straight at you.
Yeah.
Like, you move, not me.
Yeah.
One last job. What you say?
What do we say? No.
I loved getting to see Kitty. I was like, oh, she got muscles.
Kitty was...
Now, I did tell him, I said, bring down the necklace. It's a little too thick. But
I think Kitty's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Doom.
And you got to play like a couple different voices with Doom because she swings back and forth, and she got to kind of be a master.
She's got layers to her.
She did have layers.
She does have layers to her.
Very, very conniving with that. Are you guys ready for like the kids to start coming up and recognizing you and being like, "Hey, sign my doll" and everything like that?
I got to be honest. There's not enough children running up to me in general, just saying, "Please sign this." You know what I mean? I think this is such a good movie. I am so proud to be a part of this thing, and I think it is really cool that kids are going to love it as much as their parents.
But what do you guys want, each of you individually, like for kids to come up to you and like, what do you want them to kind of get out of one of these films? Just to be entertained, or is there something you can relate to the kids out there?
Be good.
Yeah.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah.
And just because you've been bad doesn't mean that you can't go good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Pull us up, Snake! Vinyasa, baby! Come on!
Are you kidding me? Lefty loosey, righty tighty.
Oh, right.
Thanks to Universal for having me out there. Now, it was a great fun movie, good time. Even got some cool sunglasses. And hey, I got to take this cool spinny picture thing with the car. Makes me look good. I really enjoyed it. It's a fun movie for adults and kids. It's got, a couple adult jokes in there, but definitely the kids are going to love it, and they are for sure getting some type of integration at the Universal parks. I don't know how they couldn't, especially with the car, the wolf. Everybody is so much fun. And hey, in this one, they wrestle and they go to space. Two of my favorite things in the world, so I definitely loved it. Make sure you go check it out. The Bad Guys 2 is in theaters right now. Hey, with record temperatures in many parts of the country, doctors are warning about the serious health risks of dehydration. Dr. Bob Salas, a family and sports medicine physician, explains who's most at risk and what you could do to stay safe and properly hydrated this summer.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Salas, a family medicine and sports medicine physician. I'm here to share an important message about staying safe in the heat. Hot weather can bring serious risks, heat stress, and dehydration. Symptoms of dehydration can show up quickly, like dizziness, fatigue, or a faster heart rate, and they can even make simpler tasks feel harder. When you sweat, your body loses more than just water. You lose electrolytes, like sodium and magnesium, which are essential for your muscles, heart, and brain to work properly. This kind of fluid loss can be dangerous, especially for older adults, children, and people with chronic conditions, and those working outdoors in high heat. For these groups, hydration isn't just important, it's essential. Hydration is key to overall health and well-being. It seems simple, but when neglected, it affects nearly every organ system in the body. That's why a properly formulated beverage can make a big difference. It's important to drink a beverage that will replace what you lose in sweat. The right beverage should contain the proper mix of fluids, electrolytes, and carbohydrates like glucose and fructose to help your body rehydrate quickly and hold on to fluids longer. Proper hydration is a low-cost, high-impact lever for health and performance that will help you stay sharp and effective whenever you are sweating. I'm Dr. Bob Salas, a family medicine and sports medicine physician, and I hope you have a safe summer.
Well, it's not just back to school, but back to style. Leading national fashion and lifestyle expert Melissa Garcia has the latest in elevated staples that are this season's must-haves.
There are honestly so many good trends. Both parents and kids are going to love shopping this season. Denim. So denim, we are seeing really fresh silhouettes. So baggy jeans and barrel jeans are really trending huge. Jean shorts, denim skirts, jean jackets are a tried and true staple, which will never go out of style. And then heritage fleeces are great. They're comfortable, they're mushy, they're cozy. And then we're also seeing my favorite collection is the vintage soft essentials. And then we can't forget about our boys. Cargo styles are huge. So that whole utility trend we're seeing a lot of. Cargo pants, chore jackets, big pockets that kids can use and put all their things in, but still be on trend. And the best part is, mark your calendars, starting July 29th, we are giving 50% off at Gap.com on all back-to-school essentials. So think your backpacks, t-shirts, jeans, fleeces will all be discounted 50% off. So be sure to take this time and stock up.
Heart disease remains the leading cause of death in America, but few realize the role that genetics play when it comes to your overall heart health.
High LPA is found in about 1 out of 5 or 20% of people. High LPA is dangerous because it increases the risk of having a heart attack, stroke, blockage of the aortic valve, or the legs, peripheral arterial disease. So everyone should know. Unfortunately, less than 5% of people are actually tested.
The first thing I'd say is get tested, because knowledge is power. And then if it does come back that you do have high Lp(a), I would find a community of people that can support you through that and can help you understand what it is. I found that community through Family Heart Foundation, where I learned all kinds of things about Lp(a). I learned that there are things that I could do today to reduce my risk. I learned how to advocate for myself and for others. I learned how to ask the right questions and find the right doctors. Most of all, I found hope. I found hope that I don't have to live in fear of this disease, that I can live with it.
The Family Heart Foundation is a wonderful source. They actually can offer a free Lp(a) test by going to cholesterolconnect.org.
Hey, Mitchie.
Hey, Jackson.
Yeah, I want to talk about that big story coming out of Hollywood.
Hold on, wait. I want to get Matt in on this call, all right? Hold on.
Hey, what's up, Mitch and Dias?
Matty!
Mitchie.
Mateus.
Mitch, my man.
So, Matty of Berkshire.
What's going on?
Hey, AJ wants us to talk about a big story that's happening.
This kid, the Kiki, says hi. He has his own Instagram.
That's great, Matt, but I really want to talk about this big story coming out of Hollywood.
Ooh, dog and cat! It's
You should check it out. This kid, the Kiki.
I want to know what's going on.
Why does he still have a dial-up modem?
Hey, I gotta get back to wrestling stuff.
It's on the media.
You know what? Maybe we should just try this later.
Okay, all right. Peace and love.
Daily Flash.
Where are you?
It's just better when you're part of the conversation. Join us online.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. It is the newest chapter in the franchise that explores death's twisted sense of justice. This is today's must-watch movie, Final Destination: Bloodlines.
Drinks all around.
Family, you don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one you got.
I always knew this day would come.
I got it.
I don't think you got it. I held him off for years.
Charlie, get up here.
He's a relentless son of a won't stop till he finishes the job. Death is coming for our family.
I said, oh, 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 oh,
Grandma, what's happening to us? Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do. I saved a lot of lives that night.
Everyone needs to get off the dance floor!
Lives that were never meant to be saved. But death doesn't like it when you mess with his plans.
This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
It all started with Grandma. Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist. Watch out!
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
Maybe death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Wow, this my understanding is like the 7th one. The first one came out like 98, 99. Can you believe that?
Golly, yeah.
That does it for our show.
Be good, everybody. We'll see you later. Mwah.
Bye-bye.